Hi, creative friends. This is Sreya, and thank you so much for being here. So this is part 2 of creating first layers on brown paper bags. Now, I still consider this to be a first layer because so much of the substrate is showing through. Now, I already added different art supplies on here. So there's my blue Stabilo. I put some acrylic paints and I did a sketch here, and I love all those little lines and marks and just little puddles that happened. There's some writing here with a pen, and this is my chalk paint. Some of it is in cashew and some of it is grayed down. And over here is my cashew chalk paint in ink, which is a Payne's gray, like it's a really dark color. And this has collage on it. So I'm just gonna explore different ways and different art supplies that are really going to make this brown paper bag sing. So the very first art supply I'm going to use are colored pencils. Colored pencils are absolutely amazing and a great choice to put on the brown paper. Now you can layer them, you can blend them, you can create emotive lines and marks, you can write with them. So let me see here. I think I am going to use this over here. And all I'm going to do is just make some marks here. And I hope that the camera can pick this up. This is an aqua color. So I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera. And you can make some really beautiful, bold marks. Now the colors that you use matter. Like I wouldn't want to use a yellow on the brown paper because it's not really going to show up. I mean, maybe if I used acrylic paint, but if I used a yellow colored pencil, it's probably not going to show up as much as a blue, say for example. So just be aware that when you're using brown, it is going to affect the colors that you use over top of it. So the second art supply I am going to use on the brown paper are oil pastels. Now this is a great choice because they provide vibrant color and texture, and it can really stand out against the paper. So again, I am going to pick a blue, and I think I'm going to go with a green and maybe an orange. So I can make really thin lines, or I can press down really hard on the paper and I can get bolder marks. And I want to put an orange in there. And let me try a green. Now the great thing about oil pastel is you can blend it. So I can like really come in here, and I can even add some blue to the mix and then blend them together. So another great art supply to use is a white Stabilo pencil, and you can use this either wet or dry, and it's really going to show up against the brown. So I'm using it over here. I'm using it wet. And I can even like go right over top of this oil pastel and make some beautiful lines. So another great art supply are just your regular pens. You know, you can write on here. So you can write with pens. With pens. You can use markers of all kinds. This over here is my Posca marker. And look at that. You can write with this. I can use my black Sharpie and I can just make some beautiful lines. And you can even use your graphite pencils. You can use watercolor pencils. You can use watercolor. The number one thing I would recommend is that you just try out new things and experiment. But the brown paper bag, the very, very humble brown paper bag, is an absolutely deliciously beautiful substrate to use for your junk journals, your art journals. If you want to draw a portrait or a landscape or an abstract, it is really so underrated. So if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.